It's becoming clear that people who have been vaccinated will be able to travel much more freely over the summer, and the CDC has given the go-ahead for vaccinated people to be able to travel both domestically and overseas. But what about traveling with your children? If they haven't been vaccinated, does that mean they can't travel? Here's a roundup of the best advice out there at the moment. Jessica Malaty Rivera, an infectious disease epidemiologist and science communication lead at the COVID Tracking Project, told Condé Nast Traveler that whilst children aren't considered high risk for infection from COVID-19, nor for transmission, parents need to analyze the access to vaccines in the destination. Ideally, people shouldn't be traveling from a high vaccine area into somewhere with low vaccine rates. Many countries are opening up as they get nearer herd immunity, like Israel, but others are still open to U.S. travelers even with high infection rates. It is possible to fly to Mexico, even though the land border is closed. Dr. Ilan Shapiro, a Los Angeles-based pediatrician, told Condé Nast Traveler that risk can be minimized by staying inside the family bubbles that people were in during the early stages of lockdown. Limit risk by staying within the same family, friendship group and rent a house instead of hotel rooms, and if at all possible, drive. Indeed, the NY Times asked many experts on the safest way to travel and reported that most were planning on driving to limit risk to their children. If you are choosing to stay in a hotel, Dr. Abraar Karan, an internal medicine physician at the Brigham and Women's Hospital and Harvard Medical School, suggests analyzing how far you can stay away from people while staying there. Try to think about elevators, indoor dining areas and lobbies as places to be avoided as much as possible. Experts are also advising on using the same caution when putting your children in kids' clubs, even if they have the same rules as schools: wearing masks, playing in small groups at least 6 feet apart from one another, and spending most of the time outdoors. They are bringing together kids from different parts of the world, which is probably something that should be avoided right now. What's more, one expert said if the pool was very crowded, they wouldn't go in. It can be helpful to get kids used to wearing masks by building up to it in incremental stages, wearing them in the house for a bit, before departure, for instance. Take a large selection of different kinds of fun masks so they can choose and keep swapping, and whenever possible, push them into the outdoors to play. The NY Times reported that the experts they asked were not planning on traveling internationally with their children, because of the rise in cases around the world and also because of the strict re-entry requirements upon landing in the U.S. However, Dr. Arthur L.